So when you've made absolutely sure you've bought everything you want to buy from Phyllis. In fact, a couple of nature's bounties might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna actually have to convert a little bit of Seepeth to afford a second one. Only when you've made absolutely sure, then go upstairs and get ready to go to bed. Now, I believe Kurt is inside one of these rooms, and you can talk to him if you want. Yeah, there's Kurt. It's a very small room. I wonder if this is like the equivalent of Art of War for this universe. Not sure Estelle would get a lot out of that. Maybe Joshua would enjoy that, though. Yeah, a lot about Kurt definitely seems that way. Well, that's interesting. And yeah, this conversation's entirely optional, but it does explain how Kurt's able to use those arts. Actually, that would be a pretty good thing to have on your side. Except, yeah, I don't know if she'd be able to do that much book studying. So, no new moves for Estelle here. Ah, true. Kurt is very much the smart guy of Team Bracer. And here's Annalise. Yeah, she has a lot of teddy bears in this room. And that makes you sound like that character from only the localized version of Days of Ruin. Because, yeah, she did not talk to her bear in the European version or the original Japanese. That was entirely an invention of the localization. Yes, Annalise draws her strength from the power of cuteness! Yeah, she's weird, but she's pretty cool. Okay, so there's nothing else for us to do. Let's go to sleep. And thankfully, we still get the heal, even though our sleep is rudely interrupted. Remember when I said to make sure you were ready before you went to bed? Oh, by the way, this here's actually a bonus BP question. You have to choose to wake up now, or you'll lose BP. Yes, I am going for a perfect BP run of this game. And Estelle quickly gets changed into her gear. It would be kind of funny if you had to do this fight in your pajamas, but... Anyway. Well, looks like Kurt's already been taken out. Well, thankfully you're about to get back up. Well, looks like we're jumping straight to anti-terrorism exercises. Completely unplanned, but I guess this could serve as good training. Like I said, high-ranked power-level characters tend to get beaten up just to demonstrate how powerful the new villains are. And technically our first time seeing actual Jaegers, because Lawrence from the last game was kind of a fake Jaeger. And remember that Jaegers are only illegal in Le Burle. We're not in Le Burle anymore. And this definitely sounds like something the Society would do. And it's amazing music time! This song is called Fight with Assailants, and it reminds me of an evil team battle theme in the Pokemon games. I'll just let you listen, it's really great. Alright, I don't have Earthguard anymore. Gotta keep that in mind. Oh, okay, that attack, I believe that can inflict fate, so that can be dangerous. These guys hit very hard, as you can tell. And because we have Heaven's Eye, we can actually see their full description. Blind as Smoke then charges in, basically summed up all of its main methods of attack. I would rather play it safe here, and Estelle's pretty much my main one on Arts duty right now. Okay, just going for a basic sword attack. Even basic attacks are doing, yeah, around 1,000 damage on average. Like I said, this game does not... And I healed the wrong person again. Gotta remember that. Actually, that might have been a really, really good thing. In the grand scheme of things. No, you need to... Oh, right, I got rid of your healing as well.
We're good to go.
At least we have Nature's Bounty. And there's that feint effect, which at this point in the game, I don't think we have any way of curing that. Which is actually a severe issue. And my only full heal is the Celestial Balm, which I don't really feel like using right now. Oh well, at least she's out of feints. And I may have to immediately S-break with her, otherwise she's probably gonna lose all of that. Still not close to being down. Yeah, sorry I'm being quiet. These fights do get pretty tense on hard mode. This is really not an easy game. Like, I definitely put this on... Oh, thank you for missing there, because double turning would have been... Like, possibly... Wow, okay, that was incredibly lucky. Double miss. I don't know if even healing yourself is going to really help. But, yeah, that double miss probably saved me. Alright, you don't actually have any healing. He is slowly getting there. Almost done. I just need to heal Estelle. Okay, yeah, if that was faint, that would have been really bad. And no more of those, so I guess I have to go for... I mean, he's almost down. I can't get that in before he goes, so I'm gonna have to do this, I think. Actually, that's good. No! How dare you take away my amazing music! You'll pay for that! You will pay. I am very, very low on EP, which is bad, because I'm so close! So close, I don't want to trip at the finish line. Like, I'm so tempted to use that, but, like, I'm gonna need that for the boss at the end of the prologue. I'm really gonna need that. See, I don't think that's actually gonna give her enough to survive. I feel like it's probably immune to that. Actually, hang on a second. Can we chain this?
Let's do this thing.
Yeah, nice one. There we go.
We're good to go.
Do not underestimate Chaincraft. They're actually very, very, very good. I totally underestimated those in my first playthrough. So, yeah, hopefully I will use those a lot more now. And now he has backup. And falling for the old smoke bomb trick again, just like we did back with Kyle Capua. Well, definitely haven't been here before, as much as we've seen at least. So, weird thing is, her mentioning her grandfather there's actually kind of important. Her grandfather's a really big deal in this universe. I can probably afford to say that now, because it's not really that much of a spoiler. He's more of a big deal from a world-building standpoint than from an actual plot one, at least as of where the series currently is in the timeline. Pretty sure she'll mention who her grandfather is a bit later on. No, unless your bedroom is the middle of a forest next to a lake. Thankfully, we're not on Nightmare mode. Yeah, I don't even want to even think about how bad the prologue is on Nightmare mode. She's still completely out of it. And here we are. In the promised St. Croix forest. So basically, like I said earlier, we had an unscheduled exercise in counter-terrorism. Definitely. Like, if they really were out to just attack us, why aren't we dead yet? They just took our combat gear and left us in the middle of the woods. And, yeah, this is also a bonus BP question. Yeah, see, that's the thing that makes me concerned about all this. Definitely seems strange. But Estelle's got a good point there. Maybe, yeah, they were planning to kill or tie them up, they just got distracted by something. I just realized this is probably just a random aside, but this is kind of a good way to handle if you're running like a D&D campaign and you get an unexpected TPK very early on. You could just say that something like this happens. The bad guys knocked you out, left you somewhere, but before they could finish you off, something distracted them, and then give the players a chance to. Because, like, yeah, TPKing the party ridiculously early I just don't feel is particularly fair. So, last we saw, Kurt's arm was injured. So, time to get out of the forest. But we are minus our main combat gear. We do still have our arts, though. Because for some reason they left us with our orbments and all of our quartz. Which, really those should have been the first things they took, but anyway. I should probably set, yeah, I'd rather have HP on mine than evade. I still have Fire Arrow, yeah, I can probably afford to drop, Firebolt EX, it's really not all that, and although we are going to be encountering some groups of enemies in here. Yeah, maybe I should keep that. I can drop that and pick up mine one. That I can put the... No, that's going to drop her strength a little too much. Yeah, you do have to pay much more attention to your quartz setups in this game, especially during the prologue. So, here we are in the forest. There are enemies here. That flower with a bee buzzing around it, believe it or not, that is actually an enemy. And it got a first turn on us and a critical. Well, that's why they gave us that, yeah. That's why they gave us the anti-poison thing. Okay, that's pretty effective against these things.
Piece of cake.
But there you see prickly seeds. So you want to keep track of those. Grab as many... Oh, great, I got preempted by these cats. That's probably going to be... Okay, that was kind of lucky. Because those things are actually really dangerous. But yeah, need to not get distracted. Those are required for the cookie recipe. But in here we get... enhanced leather. That's actually some of the equipment that we had before. So the gimmick of this place is you'll find your old stuff in chests. Look, I know I don't have anything, but we can still hang out, right? Wait, come back! Okay, so that's going on someone right now. Yeah, look how bad our defense is without this. I think it's probably more accurate. It's probably better to give Estelle that, and yeah, we're down to only our practice weapons too. Okay, so attacking this thing could be a very bad idea, but I'm going to show it anyway. So we have here the Bush Lancer, very weak to winds, and they can rest to recover stamina. But the main threat they pose is, well, the threat they pose, because they actually hit pretty hard. I guess I'll go for an airstrike here. So I'm actually going to head back to the camp, because there's something that I forgot to check. And in fact, it's actually something that I didn't know about the game until, like, right then.
I am
Okay, beast flesh, leathery tail. That's not quite what I want. I want more of those prickly seeds.
Oh yeah!
Didn't get any out of that, which is really annoying, because I need to make those cookies. They are actually our best weapon against the end boss of the prologue. Like, really, I'm not making that up. So, if you examine the tents... you can loot their supplies. 5 Terra Bombs and 2 EP charges. That's basically going to be your substitute for a heal point for this entire forest, so be very careful when you use these. The prologue of this game, I do compare it to one of the harder Fire Emblems in that it's quite heavy on resource management. And yeah, you can rest in the tent, so thankfully you do have HP and EP restoration. And you don't need to worry about the Jaegers coming back, so you can use that as much as you want. So that's good at least, but in terms of your actual items, this prologue is actually pretty heavy on resource management, so you want to make sure you don't use any items unnecessarily. For that reason, maybe fighting those cats is not a good idea, because I want prickly seeds, and these things, I believe, do drop prickly seeds. Oh. Okay. So, there are shining poms here. It's very tempting to attack these things with the surprise cookies. But, yeah, this is really tempting, but you do want to save your surprise cookies for the boss. I know that surprise cookies are very good at killing these things on normal, but I haven't tested how much damage they do on hard, and it's probably, not a lot. I'm gonna go for this just in case I get enough CP for an S-Craft. Because we don't actually have access to instant death here, which is still the most reliable method of killing shining bombs. Okay, good, we were far away from that thing when it exploded. It's kind of a weird sentence. Raj does nothing. Okay. Okay, most people are probably gonna run. I don't really feel like trying out my surprise cookie here. Yep, they're gone. But at least we get a prickly seed out of that. And should probably go back and heal. Okay, so here we are in the next area of the forest. It actually looks pretty cool. It doesn't look a lot. It doesn't really look much like the forest from the last game. And 2 more of these, which is excellent because I need as many of those prickly seeds as possible. This is why I said that the luck quartz actually helps, and I had a feeling you'd be caught in the blast of that. No prickly seeds from either of you, dang it. Okay, not one of those cat things, and doesn't look like there's anything else here, but we can get a sneak preview of a chest for a little later. I like the way the running water looks too. I want to fight you, because you might also have prickly seeds for us.
I'm invincible!
2 more prickly seeds, which is great. No chest through there, but if we go through this small passage, there is 1 treasure chest here. Reinforced boots. Psychically sensing that there's nothing inside, you walk away from the chest without disturbing it. So that's yet more of our equipment, so may as well balance things out a little bit and give that to Annalise. Yeah, the cats are still not really that worth it to fight because their item drops are not useful to us at this point. Okay, apparently that was not a preemptive strike. It's always annoying when you're fighting enemies that don't have very obvious heads. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to tell when you're hitting from behind. And that's 1 more prickly seed. Every 1 counts. Okay, that's going to lead us into a new area. Let's just quickly go back to see if I missed anything. Yes, See, that wasn't a preemptive strike for some reason.
Piece of cake.
Okay, Analyze went down, but I got 3 prickly seeds. Okay, I have 8 of those. That's probably as much as I'll ever need. Now I just need more of those savory pinions. Okay, so the third area of the forest. We still don't even have our original weapons yet.
I'm invincible! Or am I?
And more of those weird, self-destructing, rolling, kind of pom-looking things, though not quite. Okay, there's a very easy to miss passage through those trees, and that leads us to another chest. Fencer! Annalise has her weapon back. You ever wonder if the items in these chests were meant for someone specific? And you have the nerve to take them anyway. How rude. Well, if these were meant for someone specific, they would be the Jaegers trying to use them against us, so... Well, yeah, I'm not having any hard feelings about taking them back. Reinforced boots, so we have both of our boots back. You tell the chest to say ah and into pliges. Everything seems to be in order here. Okay, so that means Estelle can take her boots back. Now she actually has something resembling a defense stat again. Unfortunately, Annalise still does not have her main armor. Okay, that's a new area, let's not do that. Okay, there should actually be 3 chests in this area, so I am missing one of them. Ah, yeah, if we head straight down from that one, there's actually one more fairly well hidden chest in here. Break Rod still has a weapon back. Yeah, wow, this chapter really punishes you for missing chests, because if you miss this, Estelle's gonna be without a weapon for a lot of it. The chest looks sad and deflated now that you've taken all its stuff. Hey, it was originally our stuff. The chest was flaunting property it does not legally own. Anyway, though, yeah, that's all 3 chests for this area, so we can afford to move on now. So through here, we're going to be close to the water. And yeah, from here we can actually get down into said water. And there's a chest in here. Also, aren't cats supposed to not like water? There's a lot of them in here, but here's another chest. Nature's Bounty. The chest is empty now. So empty. So lonely. Please don't go. Yeah, Nature's Bounty was the recipe that we already had, so that's nothing new. Pretty sure there's only 1 chest down in the water. And a couple of barrels here, but nothing else. We are actually quickly approaching the end of this place. It's not a very large air hider. Not a very large area. I should probably be fighting more things just to see if there are shining poms, but really the only way to kill the shining poms right now is with cookies. Okay, so this marks the end of the forest. So, thankfully they signpost this, because there's going to be a boss fight once we try and head out of here. So, you don't want to go there until you're fully prepared. Yes, awesome, but let's not do that yet. You can see a chest just faintly under this tree. EP charge. Sorry, kid, I'm retired. I don't know why, that's just kind of one of my favorites. And I believe if we keep heading down this way, there's a lot of nooks and crannies to explore in this place. Because through here we have, this should be the last chest in this place, enhanced leather. Why did you have to come back? You could have just walked away with the goods, but now the treasure chest has you right where it wants you. That's another one of my favorite ones. And with that, Annalise can actually have something resembling a defense stance. Okay, so here we go. I am tossing up whether or not to equip my proxy puppet now, because the fight that's coming up can actually be dangerous if you're unprepared. And let's see, so for tactics here, I kind of want to be as close to the front as possible, because we're going to be fighting a long-ranged attacker here, so being far away is only going to give them the advantage. We just want to start close. Okay, we're fully healed as well. I don't think there's really any way that we're going to be able to level up before this fight, so... And I think our EP numbers are okay. terms of orbment setup, though. We both have healing, so that's good. I would kind of like Earthguard, though. Okay, putting EP Cut 1 there really isn't doing anything for me, and at this point, like, using one less EP for most of these is not really gonna help that much. So I'm gonna put that there just so I have access to Earthguard. Other than that, I'm kind of fine with that setup. Gonna go ahead and save just in case this ends up destroying me, which it very well might, because this is... I wouldn't classify this as a particularly hard fight, just a frustrating one. I still feel confident not using my Proxy Puppet here. I'm going to save that for the actual main end boss of the prologue, who is downright evil. But yeah, you might notice we still don't have Savory Pinions, so we can't bake more of those cookies yet. We will be having access to those soon, though. Yep, it's that early Jaeger's backup. Let's go. I think we're ready, let's go. So, it's hunting time and amazing music time. So, like I said, this boss, who is simply called the Jaeger Woman, she uses a lot of long-range attacks, which is really bad for Annalise because it means that she loves to just run out of range of her, and Annalise just gets stuck being useless for a lot of his fights. Yeah, Annalise does not have a good time in the prologue, like I've said several times. So, it says here, reacts sharply to arts. What that means is that she has an arts cancelling attack. However, I can probably afford to put up an Earthguard. Right, in fact... is Clock Up actually going to be... Maybe Clock Up might be not a terrible idea. I've never actually used Clock Up before in this fight, so this is mostly just an experimental thing. We'll see if it ends up working. Just going to go for a basic range attack. Speaking of basic range attacks, we do have... Not that. We do have Comet on the stealth for long-range moves, and I'm pretty sure that, yeah... I can't really use any arts right now, because if I try, she will cancel them. So let's go for Comet and see how much that does. Probably not much. Actually, more than I expected. I think she is a bit more fragile defensively than the Jaeger that we fought earlier. Okay, if you're going first with arts, I may as well... in fact, I should probably try and heal, though. No, I'm going to go for damage. I might be getting cocky, though. Not using your more dangerous attack there. I might have to use one of my Tira Bombs. You don't want to go too crazy with those because they're very limited in this prologue. I was hoping that wouldn't be targeted at Annalise. Okay. Oh, I can actually go all the way up to you and hit you with my staff and miss horribly because why not? Yeah, let's just go ahead and heal so I don't have to use another Tira Bomb or something like that. Scattershot. Okay, that attack's actually not the one that I was worried about. We are already pretty down on HP, though. At least Fire Arrow doesn't have a particularly terrible casting time on it. Yeah, she is a lot more fragile than the one we fought earlier, so... This is more of a... I don't know, I wouldn't exactly describe it as a damage race fight, but... Oh, great. Please don't shoot her twice. That would be really bad. You're gonna shoot her twice, aren't you? No, you shot Estelle. Okay. Okay, I think I can afford to get my healing in before she goes. Hopefully we won't see what she does if she catches you using arts. Nice dodge there. That's very helpful. Oh, okay, yeah, that's going to be considered catching us using arts. Let's go for Comet instead. I do feel like Annalise really could have used some kind of range attack, because, like, she can't even get right up to them now. And then I can't even get Tia in, so I'm going to just run up to you. Oh, that could be... Actually, I think she'll barely survive. Oh, you went for Estelle anyway. Okay, let me just check how... You're very close to being down. I can probably afford to just stall a little bit until I get my S-Craft and then unload both of them. This fight usually doesn't give me too much trouble. But you definitely don't want to underestimate it. And equipping Heaven's Eye is definitely useful, because if you don't, you won't know that she has an attack that she uses if you try and cast arts, and it's a very dangerous one. Will that delay you enough, is the question. No, you still get your turn next, because hard mode enemies are freakishly fast. I'm not gonna get cocky. Let's just heal. I mean, I probably could finish it now, but... Oh, I can chain. That might not be a bad way to finish this, actually. But just to be fully safe, I'm gonna heal both of us. Oh, grenade, okay. It's weird that you didn't even use that since the start of the fight. Kind of thought you'd go for Annalise there. Who is still totally out of your range. And I'm very slightly out of range for Chaincraft. Of course. And I'm probably going to be out of range for Chaincraft again. Because yeah, if I do that, like, as you can see, the area for it is centered around the last person that you choose for the chain. And as you can see there, Annalise was still out of range. Like I said, the Prologue does not like pure melee fighters, so Annalise has a very, very hard time. And the grenade knocks you back a little bit too, and let me guess, you're out of range again, aren't you? Yeah, see, I can't get in range with the chain because... This is why Annalise is like... I like her as a character, but, like, as far as a useful party member is in the Prologue, there's just too many things that love to screw her over. If they just given her some kind of ranged attack, it might have been better. But she's just really, like... You saw in that fight that Estelle having Comet really helped. If only Annalise had something like that, she'd just be a little bit more useful in the Prologue. She's just kind of stuck using arts for ranged attacks, and she's really mediocre at arts. Anyway, the attack that the Jaeger woman uses if you try and use arts, I might show that in extra footage, is like an electrical spiderweb attack that cancels your casting, and I think can inflict a status on you as well, so you don't want to be casting before she gets her turn. The good news is we've learned how to avoid being drugged by that. The bad news is Kurt has been captured. No, we're a little too weakened after that fight. Exactly, now's a perfect time to show off our bracer skills. Yeah, we haven't been able to go back there for a little while. And if you've missed any chests in the forest, you can try and go back and get them now. You can maybe try and see if there are any shining palms you want to grind off of too. But for now, we're going to head back to the Guild Lodge. You can actually go back to the Balstar channel if you want to use the heal point though, so... Considering that there are no paid heal points in this chapter, doesn't really matter which one you use. It's not like going back here is saving us any money, but I kind of like doing it. Let's head back to the lodge. Yeah, so here's what happens if she catches you casting arcs. She does that, which cancels them out. While I'm here, how much does this do to Shining Palms? Actually, quite a lot of damage.